Think we on. Hold on. Think we on. We on. We live. Okay, we in here. We live, family. Think we live. Give me a second. Give me a second. You know, it's my first time going live. I just want to make sure everything is copacetic. Make sure y'all can see my screen. Think we in there. Think we live. Okay, family. Okay, today's show. Venomous Femininity. Okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm gonna figure out how to open up the panel. Um, y'all just got to work with me. I'm definitely gonna figure out how to open up the panel. Y'all just got to work with me. All right. So what we're gonna start with this brief interview. This is a Yana Chan. So we're gonna start here, family, because this is, fellas, this is what we're dealing with. Okay. This is not all of our women, but it's the majority of it. This is the culture we in. So we gotta dissect this.
Patience and so much different things.
All right. Let's start.
Let's start with your name. Where'd your name come from?
Um, to be honest, my Instagram had ended up getting hacked, and my first Instagram was called Lifestyle Portrait. So when it got deleted, I was like, I want to think of something catchy, like something cute.
Let me know in the chat
And
if
I
y'all
was
can
like,
hear
okay,
clearly.
let me think of something like charming, because I've always had like a great personality. So I ended up having an Instagram called Fuck Your Charm, and then I got all these fake pages and so much different things. And this photographer, his name is Next Level Images. He was like, well, I think to be more professional, you should change your name to a Yana Charm. And I was like, okay, well, I think that is a good idea. Like, we was figuring out if I should put my name in it or if it should be a Will Charm, a Will this, or a Yana this. I was like, well, might as well use my real name. So I did that. I was like, a Yana Charm at first, and then I ended up getting a necklace. I was like, oh, it's just all fixed.
So, with your first, you said that was an Instagram profile you started?
Yeah, I had an Instagram profile called Lifestyle Portrait.
And how many followers did you have before it got?
I think I had about like probably like 50 or something like that. It was like something small. It wasn't too much. It was a lot, but it wasn't a lot. Now, I can't remember how much it was because it was like when I was back in high school when it got deleted. But yeah.
It got hacked?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if it got hacked or somebody deleted it. Probably one of my exes probably deleted it or something.
Okay,
So
here
it
we
might have
go.
been personal.
All right, let me pause it, family. All right. So, okay, so this is a young, obviously a beautiful melanated woman, right? And she's doing this interview with DJ Smalls describing how she got her YouTube, I mean not her YouTube, her Instagram career started. And he asked her about her first page, and she said she had a big following. That's what kicked her off, and it got hacked by one of her exes. All right, so this is pivotal, family, because see the thing is, a lot of our young women are very attractive, and she's obviously completely immersed in this 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 social media culture, this attention culture, that culture, over sexualized. And she's hustling, she's making her money, so I can't knock that. But she was playing the game wrong off top because she said her exes, so that means she had a boyfriend. And see, this is where a lot of women go wrong. They get into this lifestyle of being social media or socialites, um, and they still want to have square relationships, so to speak. And this young lady, uh, As you can see, she's full of tattoos, and that's to sexualize her. She sexualized herself with the tattoos. So she was playing the game wrong off top. But let's keep cooking.
Yeah, it might have been a personal situation. I don't know. I mean, I tried to love you one day, and it was just like, um, you have something about the guidelines. I had did something about the guidelines, but it never gave me no warning, and it just deleted it. Like, couldn't find my page. It wasn't nothing. Like, it wasn't nothing there. So I was like, wow. Like, I'm so blown. My mom was like, I should have another one. Then I was like, seeing my sister get on it every single day, and I was like, I'm about to take a new one.
Now, when it comes to social media, especially like guys, right? Guys in social media, they want to see that somebody that looks a certain way on Instagram looks that way in real life. What do people say when they see you in real life? Do they feel like you look like your Instagram, or do you look prettier, or uglier?
Most people say I look like my Instagram, but some people might say I look like much thicker on Instagram. It's because you know how every girl has their angles and you know how they stand and all that stuff. But I mean, I'm never catfish. Like I always, even when I meet people that are on social media, if I meet them in person, like they'll be like, I like catfish, and they'll be like, no.
What about your height? Do they feel like you're smaller or taller when they see you in person?
Probably they feel like I'm probably shorter.
Shorter in person?
Probably shorter.
Now, how did you get popular on Instagram?
Actually, I got popular on Instagram, like, basically different shout-outs, like, people shout me out. My tattoo man, me and him was, like, partnered up as a team, and he would shout me out every single day, and everybody just loves my tattoo, so it was a couple of people big, like, shout me out, and everybody just kept following me, and ended up getting big pamphlets, and then XXL magazine had posted me on their page, and that really like went out the roof, and then my followers just started jumping, and it's just more people coming at me. You know, it's every day I get like people following me. Some people unfollow, some people stay following me, always support me. You know.
Now, what type of Instagram post get the biggest response for you?
Naked. Because like most of my followers, they like my tattoos. They love my tattoos. Like they like to see stuff like that. Like, cause that's mainly what they follow me for. Cause my artwork, like everything about me is just dope to them. So me posting like.
All right, family, let's cook. I'm gonna fix the echo, family. I gotta tweak some stuff. Thank you, politically savage. Thank you, Queen. All right, so let's cook. All right, so family. Our young women in these tattoos. I keep telling y'all that this is the way that they sexualize themselves. All right. So I'm not even knocking the tattoos. Okay. I'm not gonna get in. I'm gonna do a whole video. I'm gonna break down the spiritual reason why it's a negative. It's gonna have a negative effect. I'm gonna get into the metaphysical reason. But right now, I just want to say this to the ladies: when you want to be a part of the culture of sex, selling your body, selling your beauty, selling your image, you got to be 10 toes down. You got to be 10 toes down. I'm gonna break it down. Politically savage. So basically, you can't be a square and live a square life. You know, try to have a boyfriend or a husband, but at the same time, you're selling your sexuality online. If that's your hustle, we respect that as men. But you can't play both sides of the field. You dig? So let the interview go on.
Pictures with like 2 pieces on, and sometimes I might be a towel and show myself, different things like that. Like they just love it. Like I think the first one I had a leotard one, which XXL magazine ended up seeing, it was just I just had my leotard on, and it showed everything. It was just like, oh my god, her artwork, just so dope, and everybody loved her. they made a whole little biography about me, and it was just like, oh, well, people really like me. You know, that's what made me be like, oh, I'm doing something right.
Now, when it comes to Instagram, do you have a strategy with it?
What do you mean by that?
Well, sometimes people have strategies when it comes to Instagram, meaning like they might post only a certain amount of posts a day or a week or at a certain time.
Well, I've tried to post, like, cause I noticed that if I don't keep my followers, like if I don't stay consistent, some of them might go away and then they'll come back, you know, slowly and stuff like that. So I try to at least post, like, if not every day, probably like every week, you know what I'm saying, socializing, like, oh, what I'm doing and how I'm looking, you know, stuff like that, just to keep them up.
Politically savage, I don't think you are squid. Damn, she's still echoing shit.
Now, speaking of Instagram, how crazy are your DMs, your direct messages?
Good question.
What will we find in there?
You will probably find some crazy stuff. People say the most wildest thing in my DM. Like, it's just, I'll be just going through them. Just even if I'm having a bad day, I'll go through my DMs and I'll just be like, oh my God, people are just in love with me. Like, they'll say like, oh, I love to drink your bath water, or oh my God. They'll be so obsessed with me that they'll be like, oh my God, like, I'll just lick your feet, or, you know, I'll suck on your big toe, can I send you money? Like,
it's worse? Damn, is that bad? Alright, family. I gotta, give me 1 second. I don't know, how is it worse? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Do you have a PayPal? Do you have this? Do you have that?
How about now?
I don't know, like, girls are sending me naked pictures. I got a picture. One girl was like, you fine ass bitch. And then she had a picture with her face down her ass.
How about now?
But, yeah, I get crazy stuff. And, you know, guys sending dick pics. That's not nothing real life.
How about now?
It's just everything. Like,
How about now, y'all? Is it echoing?
Do you like that? Do you like when guys send dick pictures?
no, I hate that. I mean, I feel like if I ask you to send a dick pic, that's another thing. But don't just be, like, that's mostly when like, oh my God.
Is it still echoing?
Get me started about Snapchat, but I get so many, like, they just feel the need to just, like, oh my God, I know I can please you, and I know I can make you happy.
The thirst is real.
And throw in their stuff, and I'd be like, whoa, whoa.
Now, how crazy are your Snapchat DMs compared to Instagram?
I get Snapchat DMs like every 5 minutes, like new ones every 5 minutes come and go. And I try to respond back to everybody. I block some people because some of them just do the most.
Is it still echoing, politically savage?
You're so pretty, or you're so this, that, and the third. And I'll be like, thanks, you know, try to at least, because I know I don't respond back to people in my Instagram DMs.
No echo? Bet. Alright, I got it. I figured it out.
On my Snapchat, I don't really talk that much. Like, I'll be on Snapchat, and I'll be singing and, you know, dancing and doing stuff like that. But
so y'all can hear clearly? Alright, so now we're about to cook. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. We're gonna cook.
Yeah, I try to show a little bit of love.
Alright, so this is what I want to say. Let me go and let it ride, and then I'm gonna provide some more commentary.
Yeah, on Snapchat.
Now, on like Instagram, your DMs on Instagram, what would you say people trying to holla at you? What's the percentage of males versus females? Like out of 100%.
Good question.
Oh, males over females?
Yeah, males versus females trying to holla at you.
I'd say males,
80%, 90%.
Nah, it's majority males. Yeah, it's like 80% males. Like in my DMs. Now, don't get me wrong, there's always females in my DMs, but some of them are like, how can I help them with their modeling career, or they love me so much, and some of them tell me I'm beautiful and stuff like that.
Now, what about as far as people trying to holler at you with certain clout, certain popularity? Like, what do you see? I mean, you don't gotta say names, but you know, you got athletes, you got musicians, and then you got maybe.
I read the comment, politically savage. It came in late. It's a little delay. Hilarious.
Another form of celebrity. What would you say try to holler at you the most out of those categories right there?
I get a lot of athletes in my DM. A lot of athletes in my DM. It's been a couple, everybody in different positions, but
Basketball, football,
yeah, mostly like football, but
mostly football.
yeah.
Now, again, you don't gotta say names, but has there been anybody that's hollered at you that?
So let me add a little bit of commentary. All right, so this young lady, she's young, so she has a lot of maturing to do, and you see she's getting attention from athletes, famous motherfuckers, high value males with money, and whether she knows it or not, they got one objective, and that's to have sex with her. Some of them may want to save her or marry her or put a baby in her, but the majority of them just want to have sex with her. Now, I think she knows that, given the fact, given all her tattoos and her nose ring, I know for a fact that she's very sexual, and I'm not even knocking that. But this is the thing, again, because you're gonna hear more in the interview. See, women get into this game, and then after a few years, they try to make a smooth transition into dating, stable relationships, and marriage, and that will not work. And this is why this has to be addressed, because everything that comes with this lifestyle, aside from the money, and the money is good, quote unquote, but the attention is going to turn into narcissism, it's going to turn into solipsism, it's going to turn into entitlement, which is going to translate into what I call venomous femininity.
Maybe you were a fan of theirs or fond of their work, or that surprised you, or wow, I can't believe this person hit me up. I actually like their stuff before they hit me.
Yeah, it's been multiple people that have hit me up, and I've been like, what? Like, what's up? But I mean, I try to keep myself as exclusive as possible, So, if somebody's like, if somebody I know that is real popular, or they hit me up and they're like, oh, you're so pretty, I just wanted to let you know, I'll be like, oh, thanks, and just keep it short, not too much, but.
You acknowledge it.
Yeah, I acknowledge it.
Now,
I gotta say this. My page ain't about rumors or gossip, but I just want to let y'all know. Lil Shorty, she was hitting Offset. And this Shorty that Cardi B was talking about. This one of the females right here. So she's venomous. She has venomous femininity. 100%.
What about as far as disrespect? How do you deal with negative or hateful comments?
Negative or hateful comments? I don't really do well with them. I mean, some people they might piss me off so bad that I might just respond to them. But most of them, I'll just block them or delete the comment or something like that. Sometimes I'll just think about just keeping it up, because most of my fans and shit like that, they'll say, they'll come back at them rather than me even having to speak up, But I just.
Oh, politically savage. Yeah, Queen. I think we already talked about that. Tattoos, multiple piercings on a woman is an indication that she is rebellious. That's number one. And it's an indication that she is in love with attention. Sexual attention, to be exact.
I don't really pay no mind. I just keep it going, They don't really stop me.
Now, your Snapchat, is it the same screen name as your Instagram?
Girl, my Snapchat name is Yo Lucky Charm.
Now, how often do you post on Snap? Do you have I know you don't really have an Instagram strategy, but do you have a Snapchat strategy? How often do you post? Or?
I normally post a Snapchat probably like every day now. If I'm like in my mood where I'm just probably into it with my dude, or something like that, I'll probably just not post that all that day. But I'll still have snaps from previous days, like from
You
the
see?
previous day. And
She
then
said her dude.
sometimes I'll go like 2 days without posting, and then people.
What's up, Janesville? I think she about 24. Young about 24.
Maybe they on my Snapchat.
Now, what about Instagram stories? Have you seen that feature? Have you tried that feature yet?
Yes, I just started using it probably like a couple days ago.
What's your opinion of that?
I really think it's pointless, to be honest. It's okay, you know what I'm saying, because it gives people that don't follow your Snapchat, like, people that follow your Instagram that probably don't even want to follow you on Snapchat, that don't, you know what I'm saying, that people have their different opinions on if they like the Snapchat or the Instagram. Some people like the Instagram, but, you know, some people take snaps and post it on their Instagram snap, you know, but I don't know, I feel like it's funny. I feel like they should have never did that, you know.
Do you think, now what's your opinion on this, predicting the future? Obviously, Snapchat is super duper popular right now. Instagram's been popular for a while. And obviously, this Instagram stories is kind of a stab at Snapchat, which is something they're known for.
You don't think she's mentally 24 yet, politically savage? What make you say that? Why don't you think she's politically 24? Mentally 24 yet?
Do you think by these Instagram stories happening now, do you think that that'll take away from what Snapchat has already built itself as? Or do you think Snapchat will continue to be doing what it's doing and be popular?
Snapchat will continue to be popular. I don't think nobody can take Snapchat away. Like, Snapchat, I don't know. I just feel like Snapchat will always be Snapchat. And I feel like they will come back with something hard. Like, just because Instagram did this, like, they're going to come back with an update and everybody's going to be like, oh, this is the app.
Because there was a time, let's not forget, when Instagram was just pictures and no video. And Vine had come out and become really hot because they had 6-second videos. And then as soon as they started doing the video thing, Instagram started doing 15-second videos. And I think that kind of took some of the steam away from Vine.
It actually did. But see, I feel like if Snapchat, like, I don't normally even like to get on my Instagram anymore like that. I mean, I love my Instagram, don't get me wrong, but Snapchat, like, I don't know, like, I feel like if they had like an actual profile on Snapchat where you could see who actually
it's a particular part I want y'all to hear. That's going to give y'all a clear indication of her venomous femininity.
or who screenshots my thing. Like sometimes I'll.
You in a towel?
What's it mean in a towel? I be in a towel.
Hold on.
When I tell you, I get different comments every single day about that same page. Everybody.
Because I'm not promoting her. She already doing her thing.
But I just gotta make sure my mind is.
Hold on.
Why don't you ace this? Why don't you be a dancer?
About yourself.
I sell pussy. Craziest rumor. Craziest rumor. I sell pussy. I've never escorted. I've never done nothing like that. That has been the craziest rumor. And most people have told me that, like, oh, why does this person say?
I don't believe that, but we'll keep it moving.
It's about you.
What is the biggest misconception of you? What's one thing people think about you, but it's not true?
I'm a little bigger.
They think that.
Yes.
Where do they get that misconception?
I think it's
bullshit. And we're going to get into it.
Automatically attached to pretty women. I feel like a pretty woman pretty much depends on a man and is always out trying to get a man's pocket. But we not all of us.
So for you, false. You're not a gold digger.
I'm not a gold digger. I'm not gonna say I'm an angel either, because I can't be with someone who's not productive and who doesn't have their life together. But I don't automatically go for someone who has it either. I feel like.
All right, fam. Fellas, this is for y'all. Fellas, look at her body language. Aside from the fact that you see what she has on, she's advertising her body on the internet. But she professes to not be a gold digger. Now, I don't have nothing against gold diggers. I know for a fact that by nature, all women are on some level gold diggers. What I have a problem with is being dishonest. She's being dishonest right now. She could have switched the terms up and just said, you know, uh, I'm looking for a protector and provider, a top quality protector and provider. Like if I was her PR person, that's what I would tell her to say. You know what I mean? But don't deny what we see as obvious. But venomous femininity, family.
I go for smart men. And most people think that I go for the man who is the shiniest.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Have you ever in the past?
I haven't, not really the shiniest, but I do seem to attract the main guy, as most people call it, the main guy. I seem to be attracted to the leader of the pack.
The alpha male.
Yeah. I can't deal with the homeboy or the boy or whatever it is.
Great analysis, politically savage. This is just an example. These are just examples, but I'm gonna juxtapose this. I'm gonna use practical women in this live stream.
I don't normally.
Because a lot of women have a hive mind. So I knew you was gonna say that. But women have a hive mind. This is not even a shot at women. This is just by nature. Women think, act, and behave like other women, particularly other women who are attractive, who get male attention. They have a hive mind. They think as a group.
Be like, okay, it has to be that one, but it just naturally happens that I always get the leader of the pack.
Now, that's the biggest misconception. Now, craziest rumor you've heard about yourself?
Wow, it's a lot of them. Craziest rumor. I've heard I got my face done before. I've heard that apparently I'm the one that do the butt injections to the other ladies. That was a good one though.
No, politically savage. I love you. We love you here.
Is this stuff
Stay here.
you've addressed these rumors?
Yeah, it actually became like an inside joke, you know, because someone actually said that I actually do the injections at my house on my table, and I'm just sitting here like, what table? I mean, at the time, the table wasn't there, so we were all like, what table? Yeah, I addressed it before.
Yeah.
The face, I've been noticing online a lot, and it's like, have you guys compared my baby pictures and my pictures now? I look identical, the same. Like this, nothing has changed. I mean, I'm getting a little old now, but nothing has changed.
Now, when I first asked you this question, you said, wow, it's a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I interview people, they don't have a lot of rumors about them, and in this case, you...
Shout out to my brother Genius Vale in the chat. Hypergamy rules. Here's a clear indication that Aisha Diaz is hypergamous. How can she not be? Look at her. She ain't married. And she ain't getting no younger. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't married. What that tell you? What she waiting on? Come on now. Hypergamy.
You gotta say you did. Why for you so many rumors compared to other people that I interviewed? Maybe not so much.
I think my circle is really small as far as close friends. So people speculate, and like pretty much they come up with whatever they can based off what they hear from someone else, or they come up with their own ideas of what I'm doing, or who I'm with, or why I was there.
Hypergamy. everybody, all red pill men know. Attractive women, they play the social scene, they play social media, they advertise themselves because they are hypergamous. They're looking for the BBD, bigger, better deal. Go ahead, politically savage. Why you doing that? This is an example because a lot of our younger women mimic these women. Come on now, be honest. Come on, politically savage.
One of the main rumors I find funny because I see people arguing all the time. It's like, oh, she's in Dubai selling it. Meanwhile, I'm in Dubai with my man all the time.
Bullshit. These females bruh. They be it, bruh. Look, family. I'm not even gonna tell y'all in detail what they be doing in Dubai, but Holmes, they be in Dubai doing some serious crazy shit.
Stop posting him, so a lot of people think that I'm out there selling it, and others that actually caught onto the photos a while back, they know I'm out there with my man. So, you got half and half. Some think I'm selling it, and some know I'm with my man.
In regards to your man, why did you stop posting?
I stopped posting him because I noticed the more privacy we have, the better the relationship is. It was really more based for him than me.
I look, fam. Practical example. Oh, yes. Hey, Brother Genius, yes. AWOL, all day. I ain't going to say it because it's YouTube, but all day. I didn't get no shot, politically savage. I opened the bid. Look, hey, AWOL, brother. But look, check this. Now, she was talking about her man, right? This was like 6 months ago. She ain't with the dude no more. He's a millionaire. He's an African millionaire. She ain't with him no more. You know what I'm saying? Hypergamy, family. And look, listen, fellas. If you look at the most attractive women in America, particularly black women or Latino women between the ages of 21 and 28, family, I guarantee you, 90% of them in 2020 are single. 100% single, family. Why? Because of hypergamy. They are looking and waiting for the bigger, better deal, the BBD.
I'm used to it. You post your man, all of his roaches come out, all the stories, all suddenly all these girls. Like, I'm used to that already. And I just feel like he's very private and he's not exposed to that. I mean, he is, but he's not. So I'd rather keep his DM clean because there's so much you can really say about me. I mean, we FaceTime every day, and he knows me, so he knows what I'm up to and what I'm doing and where I'm at. But I don't want him getting a DM and saying, "Oh, your girlfriend is doing this and doing that." Like, nobody wants to hear that. And I also notice like it's more peaceful when people don't know who you're dating. People will come up with the craziest, like people will make up anything. To be honest, I've heard people say, "Oh, he was with this girl here," and I'm just sitting here like he was at home with me on that day. But I guess that's how it goes for dating online.
Now, was this something he asked you to do? Hey, don't post me. Or this is something you make a decision on your own. You're not going to post him. Was this talked about amongst you two?
No, he doesn't mind me posting him. I actually decided myself because I felt like every time I posted him, it was a lot of negative comments. People questioning our religion beliefs. People questioning why I'm with him.
She said our religious beliefs. And she's not with him no more. But see, that's another tactic I'm going to break down, fellas. Oh, hey, brother genius. Hey, go ahead, y'all. See, I wasn't even going to say that, yeah, but you already here. But look, that's another thing about women. Women take on the ideology, the mannerisms of the minute they date, the minute they get serious. So she was with, I told you she's a millionaire, her boyfriend, her ex. Millionaire, so he probably I don't know what his religion was, but obviously she said our religion. Now mind you, she wasn't married to him or none of that. But she's adopting his religion. I'm pretty sure whatever his religion was, she ain't that now. You did? But yeah, let's keep it going. I got more interviews to come, fam.
Another reason why they're like, oh, you only dating him because you're a gold digger. You after his money.
He's a millionaire. You think it's a coincidence that her boyfriend is bro? He's an African brother. Dude got that bag like 100 million.
But I make money too, and I will.
You don't make 100 million, baby.
Work still. It's not like he wiped me up and I'm no longer working and I'm just living off of him. But I work every day just like he do. Another reason too. It was just more like small little details. I feel like I'm more afraid of I'm gonna do something or it's gonna make his image look bad. So I was like, you know what, let me just not attach my image to his image. Nobody needs to know I'm in a relationship with him but me. And I don't have to.
Let's get into LA Love the Boss. Now, we already know how she rock. She's an artist. She could jive flow too. I like her flow. You know what I'm saying?
Someone has like a different character.
One thing about LA Love the Boss, she's kind of open about just being extremely hypersexual. And I can respect that. You did? I definitely can respect that.
Let's start with Halloween costumes. Okay, for you, how serious is costumes?
Costume. Oh my goodness. Okay. So costume planning. It's always the last minute for me because my schedule is very hectic and
Politically savage. You say you don't approve of these messages? Go ahead, huh?
no structure when it comes to me
You know I'm telling the truth.
doing things for me. So it's always last minute. I always get last minute stuff and it always makes an impression.
What costumes in the past?
Oh my goodness. My past Halloween costumes last year I was a sexy cop. The year before that was Becky with the good hair. Becky with the good hair, that's really funny.
Becky with the good hair. Are you funny as are you funny, politically savage? Go ahead, do your thing, baby.
It was last minute though.
Now you're not an example of venomous femininity because you're honest.
And the last year before that, I think I was just Superwoman. Yeah.
What about costumes as a kid? Anything growing up?
A pumpkin. Typical for your parents to put on a pumpkin outfit and go in the pumpkin patch and all that. Yeah.
Out of all these costumes you just named, which one received the most attention from you?
Oh my goodness. Me being the sexy cop last year. And of course, my fan base increased since the previous years, so I can see why I did that.
How sexy are we talking? Are there different levels to the sexy cop?
Big facts, brother Genis. Big facts, brother. They cannot. And that's their whole goal, is to get around high value men and to overtly throw their sexuality at them. They go into straight hypergamy mode, they go into attack mode, they go into cutthroat, they sleep with another female's husband. They don't give a shit. They stepping on toes, they doing all of that.
There's different levels. I was the one with the fishnets, the one with the, ass out, skirt. Yeah. Really, out there. But it was fun because I was still a cop and I still had it.
Tattoos, fellas. Always look at the tattoos.
The cops said, you act up, I'll block your ass.
Did you handcuff anybody?
No, I did not that time. Sucks, but I went to.
Now, curious, what drew you to that costume?
Well,
For real, her dad was in the NFL?
I was just at the costume store and I said I need something that I've never done before, but something where I can still showcase me being sexy. So I decided to just go with the sexy cop. And I'm so bossy, so it really matches my exterior.
So this was a costume you bought?
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it like that, but see, it fit me differently than the editorial shot. it was supposed to be not so revealing like that, but see, I got some thighs small, so it's fitting a little different.
See, my ultimate goal because I'm doing a series called Venomous Femininity. I'm breaking this down because see, this lifestyle family, this plays out in relationships. Everything looks glitter and gold. Everything looks fun and games. It looks cute, on social media, and then they doing these interviews. But the rubber meets the road when two people, a male and a female, get into a relationship. That's where the rubber meets the road. And there's no sane alpha man who wants a woman who is advertising herself to everybody. This is why this lifestyle, it's very hard for women to make that transition when they do want to settle down, because this follows them. You see what I'm saying? Not saying they can't make that transition, but it's harder. It's a gamble. And I want women and men to understand it. Men understand it, but a lot of women don't. They don't understand it. It's a gamble.
Now, ever done matching costumes with somebody before?
No, I've never done any matching costumes.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
And has anyone ever dressed up as you before?
Yes, actually, one year, some fan of mine, this girl said, I'm dressed up as Ellie Overall. She had the fro. It was really cute. Sexy clothes on. I was really flattered by it.
Now, when it comes to Halloween, trick-or-treating is a big deal for some.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest thing you ever received trick-or-treating?
Oh my goodness. I think I had a love letter when Halloween trick-or-treating when I was like a teenager. That was cool.
Oh, politically savage. Come on, Queen. I'm not persecuting them. This is constructive criticism. And it's just really warnings. It's constructive criticism, and it's warnings. It's basically, I want young women to understand what they're getting into. You see what I'm saying? So they won't have any unrealistic expectations. That's the only thing. Because, the money, the attention, the glamour, the glitz, that's cool, but there's a flip side to that coin. Please do the opposite series. I help you produce it.
You remember when you were a kid, we used to go trick-or-treating with the pillowcases? And yeah, that's what we did. And some boy wrote a love letter to me telling me how much he was in love with me.
Peep the nails, family. Peep the nails. Fellas, pay attention. See, fellas, this is really for y'all fellas. Because the women, listen, we got a lot of beautiful black women, melanated women, and they don't have no incentive to stop what they doing. They getting paid, they getting attention, they getting multiple penises that they literally can choose from. They picking and choosing penises in their inbox. You know what I'm saying? So they on cloud nine, hoes. They on cloud nine. We the ones that's hustling out here, working, grinding, stacking, bettering ourselves, and then we want to ultimately settle down with a woman and start a family, but we start running into these, you see, these women that have these venomous feminine characteristics. And when we get into relationships with them, we start to see it. And it causes turmoil and dysfunction. You see? So we have to be aware of this. So fellas, I want y'all to peep game. These nails, fellas. And this woman is beautiful without the nails, the tattoos, the makeup, and all of that. But she's taking it to another level. See what I'm saying? She's kicking it in the fifth gear. You see?
He hands you this love letter?
Yes.
So you knock on his door?
I knocked on his door with all my friends. It was a neighborhood thing. And he had a love letter for me, along with some candy. He's like, "You're LA."
Big facts, brother Jennings. Yeah, a lot of them have lost the ability to pay a bond. They haven't lost it. I would say that it has been so, what's the word? They're numb to it. They're numb. The ability to love romantically, if that exists, it can come back, but it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take meditation. sun gazing, neuro linguistic programming, the whole nine. Because see, this is the thing. When women have a bunch of sex, it numbs the ability to emotionally put the sex with the connection, with the emotional connection that it should be there. The bond, the oxytocin. See, it becomes just a game. It becomes like just a nut. And that's the flip side, the negative side. That's the side that a lot of women who are in this lifestyle don't tell young women. That's the thing. Yeah, politically savage. Keep doing your thing, baby. Because see, you honest. You don't need no lace front. Go ahead, yeah. Don't do all of that. You don't need no lace front. You don't need no lace front, politically savage. Don't do all that.
Okay.
You read it right then and there?
Yes, that's how cringy I was. Yeah.
And did you like this kid? Were you?
It was funny because he was telling me he always had a crush on me,
Okay.
and we were kids. He was 13, he's probably 14. So I'm like, okay, this is a joke, and I just read it, and he just that's love.
So you don't like this kid like that in that manner.
Not like that. No.
So after you read it, was it awkward?
I don't think it was so much awkward. It was just I was thrown off, so I was like, kind of took it back. But it wasn't awkward because I knew who this person was, but I never really had a physical interest for him at that time. And like I said, we were kids, so I didn't take it that serious.
Was he expecting something for you to have some sort of reaction after this?
Probably so. Oh my God, thanks. Oh my God, this is amazing. But no, my reaction was,
And you don't think he did this with other girls? You think this letter was just for you?
yeah, you never know, Smalls. Guys these days, it's kind of small. We were kids, so.
What was the relationship with after that?
Oh, just strictly friends, just friends. And then, of course, we grew apart. I moved, and that was just it.
I see.
That's a fact, politically savage. A lot of us are over sexualized, but that don't mean that we gotta act on it. And see, here's another thing. Let me break something down for y'all metaphysically about these tattoos and these piercings. The quickest way to get possessed by low frequency electromagnetic energy coming from the cosmos, i.e., demons, is by having tattoos and piercings. Okay? Because tattoos and piercings are opening to your vessel, your body. Your body is your vessel, your vehicle. Your soul is trapped in your body. So the easiest way to get possessed, because your soul is light, family. It's light. High energy light. The easiest way for your soul to get possessed, your body to get possessed, is to open your body with tattoos and piercings.
Okay, what about this? When it comes to Halloween, favorite Halloween candy?
Favorite Halloween
What did you look forward to in that pillowcase?
I love Starburst. I love Skittles. I'm not really into chocolate at all. It's funny because growing up, my mom said I used to love chocolate, but I do not like chocolate. So definitely Starburst and Skittles. But I ate a lot of candy in my life as a kid, so I'm surprised. My teeth were halfway decent. Let's just say that.
Your teeth have changed too since then.
They have changed. We still got the gold tooth going on, but this was doctor approved.
And
Shout out to Dr. Monterey.
okay, I was gonna ask who that was. These are veneers.
Yeah, they are veneers. 28 tops and bottoms.
And we may talk about that in another segment here after. But okay, what about this? When it came to Skittles, was it a certain flavor? Because I know there's the red bag, there's the purple bag. They got other.
Yeah, they have chocolate.
Yeah, this white boy is enamored by this black woman's beauty, so he's asking all types of irrelevant questions, you know what I'm saying, about anything, just to, keep her there and feed her ego. And that's all fine and dandy. Um, but I'm gonna get another video rolling here so we can get back into the meat and potatoes of venomous femininity. So yeah, let's keep it.
Probably so, yeah. For definitely for protection. Now that I know that, especially being now who I am, definitely. Because like I said, it's entertainment. It's all fun, but still, protection comes first. So I think that's needed.
It's definitely not entertainment, and it's definitely not all fun.
Certain things.
Well, it actually might be protection for the haunted house, not for you.
Well, that's fine. You can protect me while protecting them. So. And it might just be suited for both people, both parties. So whatever needs to be done is fine.
Now, there's also haunted houses that are not man-made.
Mm-hmm.
They're houses that have really had hauntings and sightings and documented things of this nature. Would you ever attend a house such as that?
I'm not sure if I do that. Now, listen, I'm really risk-taking. I'm a daredevil, but I'm not sure.
I didn't say they weren't politically savage. But the tattoos and the piercings, those are self-induced. There's a difference.
Sure, that's no structure there. See, boss has got to have structure, and that's no structure. That's just a little bit too sporadic.
All right. Also on Halloween. Excuse me. Scary movies, horror movies are a big deal. Sounds like you're really into them.
Yes, I am.
Scariest movie of all time, in your opinion, whether it got you as a kid or maybe even recently.
This white boy is a simp.
Scariest movie of all time. I love all the Halloweens. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every Halloween was scary to me. When Michael Myers came out there, I was like, oh my god. And the latest one I think was maybe like
This white boy is a simp, family.
year and a half, 2 years. Grandma's room was right next door to mine, and she died in the house. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I remember coming up from the walking upstairs from the basement one night rather, and I saw my great grandma with a bonnet.
This white boy is a simp.
Right in the goddamn living room, staring at me. And I'm like, what? And remember, I never met my great grandma before. Never met her before. I only seen pictures of her.
Queen, politically savage, baby girl. I never said that the tattoos are negative. I said that they are a gateway to being possessed. It makes you easily possessed. That's all I said.
So I knew what she looked like and what she resembled. I was like, shit, I ran. She said, I told you. And that was it. That's real. I never will forget that. Never.
Now, this is your grandmother's house. This grandmother is on your mother's side?
Dad.
Father's side?
Yeah.
You remember what city of North Carolina this was?
Hamlet, North Carolina. Hamlet. It's a city that people call. It's a town rather. What the hell is Hamlet? Yeah, like Rockingham.
No bullshit.
Really all in a small radius population.
Remember what age this was when this happened?
I think I was.
What grade?
Definitely probably 11 or 12. Yeah. Yeah.
Venomous femininity.
Don't you have to be honest and say though? Like, I think it's a man with a certain level of power is attractive. Just a base level.
Like more attractive. So if you take a man has the same attractiveness, the same like body type, but he makes way more money than the next man, he'll just be way more attractive.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
That's hypergamy.
That's hypergamy, family. And I'm glad she was honest. This is the brother YouTube channel Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. And let's talk about hypergamy. And I want to say this for the record. Hypergamy is venomous femininity. For the record, hypergamy is venomous femininity. And the reason why is because women are usually not honest about being hypergamous. You see what I'm saying? Because if they was honest about being hypergamous, no man would ever marry them or take them seriously because then you would know that it's just a matter of time before she leaves you. She's always going to go for the bigger, better deal.
But me and my authentic true self, if I'm like my journaling Olivia, my prayer life Olivia, then I'm going to say, you know what, no. Like, if I'm in my true authentic self, that doesn't bother me. Now, if in my flesh, yes.
Okay.
But that will play a role.
Okay. So hold up. So true authentic self. Talk to me about that, because like I feel like your true authentic self is one that is not mired by society telling you that that's not real.
Yeah.
So I feel like your true authentic self is one that considers hypergamy.
Yes. Yes, it's okay. It's uncomfortable.
Now, when we say status, what does that mean to you?
To me, status means like your place in like society. So like what you, not even like your income, like what you do, but like how you're viewed by others in society. Like, are you a part of this frat? Are you a part of this organization? Like that's status to me. Isn't it relative too, right? Like it's relative to where you are, because like say I'm in a high powered or upper echelon organization, and what I may view as high status is completely different from an individual who is not necessarily in a upper echelon.
Yeah, well, so I think like, but women, regardless of their status, still want the best of the best.
Yes.
Right? Like that's why you see women groupies, but you never see men groupies. Like you don't see men who groupie on Rihanna the same way as women groupie on Chris Brown.
From a heterosexual, like I'm attracted to you, I'm trying to be
in the DMs, trying to hit them
I
up.
definitely see men groupie women for sure. Well, I guess that's
not at the same rate. Huh? Right. So
did she say she see men envying women? Is that what she said? Because if she said that, she's false. That's false. Ain't no man envying a woman. A male may envy a woman, but not a man.
She's not getting hit up for being a fantastic house.
No, I don't think she's being hit up for her status. I think she's being hit up probably for her exterior assets. Yeah.
But that's to be expected. Men, we want women, number one, for how they look. That's what it is. And it's a genetic reason for that. We want women for how y'all look, sexually, attractive. Because it's a mating dynamic. Because we want to establish our legacy and replicate ourselves with the most attractive woman. That's just by nature.
I think she's more pissed because she ranks herself versus the women, the bad chicks that probably hit up Steph. And she doesn't think that she's as pretty as what they are. So then she becomes extremely insecure. And I'll be honest, she's a great looking woman.
What's that, brother Jennings? You said there us only one type of woman. Expound on that for me, brother. Tell I think I follow what you're saying, but expound on that. Oh yeah, facts. Women who facts, exactly. And that's what the red pill is about. We putting them on Front Street.
But compared to the women that be looking at him with the hawk eyes on the sidelines, I mean, she's not bad.
She's not bad.
She's not bad.
Also, right? She's bad. It's relative.
Right.
She's not bad. All of this is relative.
No, it's objective. It's objective. It's objective on what I've seen. I mean, there's memes. There's like videos where women will hawk him down.
I've seen like individuals who are from if we want to use an objective standard, would not necessarily be cute at all, that people are like obsessed with.
What's objective is how much money he makes.
Facts.
That's objective.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
But
And because of that, in hypergamous lifestyle, and for women, I feel like it's much more social status and money driven.
For sure. You can definitely become cute
Because of money.
I think there's this.
You see that? You hear that? You heard that, family? Y'all heard what the sister said? That what she just said was completely dishonest. It was hypergamous rhetoric. She said you can become cute. She's lying. She's lying. But I'm gonna let her finish. This is what we dealing with, fellas. In America, this is what we dealing with.
Certain amount of personality that comes with that. Like, they're not oftentimes you're going to see somebody in upper echelon organization or status be like a super nerd or like somebody that's whack. They actually are going to have and you're 20 and money. You have a man, okay. Actually, you're probably husband material. 1,000%. What I want to say is, though, typically individuals that get to a certain level of power have amassed a certain level of confidence and charisma, and all of that is also attractive.
I completely agree.
So it could just be, it may not just only be status, but it may be some ancillary characteristics that go along with that.
Because in order to get to where they're at, they probably have some other ancillary characteristics that got them to that position of power or that amount of wealth, right? Like someone who has attained amount of wealth, obviously they're smart in doing something, or a fantastic entertainer, or talented in some way that can then, right? So you're willing to deal with more bullshit from that person than as opposed to, someone who's a civil servant, someone who works like a social worker job, making a meaningful amount of money, but not something that is considered fantastic.
Fellas, venomous femininity, hypergamy. Okay? This young lady, the sister in the red hat, she's being dishonest, but she's masking it with, being polite and, talking in that innocent, good girl voice. But she's being dishonest. And here's the thing, fellas. This what y'all gotta understand. This is why y'all gotta take this red pill. I've heard this all my life, but I didn't really absorb it. Okay, I didn't really ingest it until I got older and I lived life. Women are only as faithful as their options. Okay? And I heard that about 15 years ago. And when I heard it, that is hypergamy, family. But when I heard it, I heard it from an older guy. And, of course, I'm young, and I'm just like, damn. I'm like, for real? But I didn't want to believe it, you know what I'm saying? Because I still, I was blue-pilled. But that's true, family. Women are only as faithful as their options.
I don't know that.
So this is why, like, dudes...
But I feel like a lot of women are.
In, like, high school and college that are, like, more usually the nerds, right? Like, the nerdy type dudes, they get no respect all during that time, but then there starts to be a certain switch up. And it's usually... Let me keep it funky with you. It's usually when the woman has hit what I and the community refers to...
For real, brother Jennings? I ain't know that. Menopause cures hypergamy? For real? That makes sense. I thought the wall cures it. Or is that the same? Or is that kind of synonymous? I didn't know that, brother.
As the wall, right? Like, they begin to understand, that their eggs are beginning to prune up, right? So they're beginning to understand that, that the time is of the essence, right? Because typically what happens is like during your early 20s, it's the experimental phase.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's time for you to go above and beyond to see who you are, learn about yourself and experience, and then you might come across a Chad or Tyrone that does right in that particular moment. Probably was never the best decision for you to raise kids anyway.
Sure.
But then as that transition happens, right, and understanding that your checklist, your 100-point checklist, at 22, at 25, it's about an 80-point checklist. Then at 27, it's about a 60-point checklist, right? And then at 30, it's like a 20-point checklist, right? Like, and the checks begin to be, I don't need someone at 6'2".
Maybe it's not necessarily the amount of checks. Maybe it's just what is.
Here's another thing. Here's another aspect of why hypergamy is venomous femininity, fellas. See, hypergamy It's going to manifest itself in your relationship with your woman. And it's going to manifest itself in the relationship with your woman when she gets mad at you. When your woman gets mad at you, fellas, she may love you. But when she gets mad at you, she's going to either directly or indirectly, most of the time it's going to be passive aggressive, depending on how mad she is. But she's going to let you know that there's other penises that she can and will jump on if you don't, do what she think you need to do. And that's hypergamy, family. And you're going to deal with that in any relationship you're in with any woman. She's going to let you know quick. If she get mad at you, you piss her off enough, she'll let you know. I had an ex tell me one time, because she was living 45 minutes away from me. And I was working, this when I was still working for white folks and shit. I was working damn near 55 hours a week, right? So make a long story short, when I had time off, I was at home sleeping. And then, I would make time to commute to go see her. But, in DC, a 45-minute commute, you add traffic, nigga, you looking at an hour and a half or more. So make a long story short, we ain't see each other for like 2 weeks straight, right? And we had this long-ass argument on the phone. And she saying I'm making excuses for not coming to see her. And I'm like, well, I live alone. You live by yourself. I got my own place. You got your own place. You could have came to see me. But, she's like, I should have took the initiative. And, we having a little argument. And she straight up told me. She was like, well, she said, do you want me to call somebody else to come over here? And this is my girl, fam. This is the girl I was with. We was in a 2-year relationship. And she had the audacity to say that shit. She said, do you want me to call? Like, she said that shit. And I said, huh? And I was blue pill, so I was like, nah, go ahead, don't say that. I'm going to do something. I'm going to take off early tomorrow. Just blue pill as hell. But that was some disrespectful shit. And that's hypergamy, family. That's hypergamy.
Each check.
It's every line item changes.
The magnitude of each check.
The substance of each line item, right? Like, that changes. But I think that doesn't necessarily, it's not solely indicative on a woman feeling like she's hitting her wall. I think what happens is the older you get, your priorities change, right? And the more mature you are, and you come into an understanding of what it takes to build a life with someone, and maybe those characteristics that you had at 20 don't really fit what it takes to really build a life with someone and a future with someone, right? Looks don't really determine, like, how good of a father you can be. Looks don't necessarily determine how rich you can be or how much money you can make. Looks don't necessarily determine how well you're going to love me and pour into me and build me up. So, I definitely don't want to define a woman's changing or reevaluating of her checklist based on whether or not she's hit a wall or a certain age. I definitely just feel like it's because of the knowledge and maturity that you gain.
Okay, so are we assuming that women in their younger 20s are not mature enough to understand?
Some of them are. I think some of them are. But I think just...
Very few. It's a small amount.
Like, biologically, let me just talk to my bio major here. Biologically, your brain is not fully migrated until a certain age. Oh, sorry, right? So at some point,
I think
I'm not physically capable of anything.
I think you know in your early 20s, and you choose to ignore.
No, I agree with that. Because I will say, like, we were in our grad program.
Here's my opinion, even though I don't like to operate in opinions. I believe that women in their early 20s, I believe that in this society, since they have so much freedom, they just basically want to experience as much penis as possible. That's what matter of fact, I know that's what it is.
Like, you were in your grad program for sure in your early 20s. Yeah, for sure. And you made decisions based off that truth. Yeah. And, like, they weren't, like, you knew... But did you really make the best decision? No, I think for me it was, like, at the time, my priority was like, who do I vibe the best with? Like, we have fun together. We have a lot of fun together. Because that's what matters the most to me in my 20s. But it wasn't like he's better than him. It just was like what I wanted at the time.
And who you wanted at the time necessarily didn't have the best characteristics.
No,
Never does. It's just they want to ride the CC. It's called the cock carousel, fellas. That's what it is. Let's just be honest here. Go ahead, politically savage. Why you doing that, y'all? We love you here. We love you here. I want you to create your channel so we can start doing panels together. You know what? I'm gonna set up a panel where you can call, where we can be live and we can go back and forth and have a discussion live. You don't have to be in the chat. The next live I'm gonna do is gonna be an audio. We can talk back and forth.
So you would,
and we can do video back and forth.
Give into that you were not as mature as when you started to get older.
Or I had different priorities. I wasn't concerned with having a kid. Maybe I was, but it was here on my list versus here.
But you have a lot of grace.
Yeah, early 20s.
What you mean I should have hashtagged this story time? We're talking about venomous femininity and the aspects of it.
Because you have a lot of time. Like you're saying, like, okay, now we're what, 32?
Yeah.
And so my grace level is low.
It's very low.
But my grace level at early 20s is huge.
Right.
So then I'm like, oh, I see your potential. Maybe you'll get there. Maybe you'll get there. We have time.
We can work
But
on
now I don't have any more time for you.
You don't have time. That's real. That's super real.
I don't have the patience anymore. Like, there's so many other things that I have to deal with in life other than just going to school and studying and taking the test.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now, like, I have real life issues, and I just do not have the time to deal with a man.
So if you could go back, if you had a time machine.
Queen, politically savage. I'm not focused on nobody toxic exes or toxic, none of that. I'm trying to prepare these young brothers out here what they're dealing. I'm trying to prepare them and trying to make them. It's called situational awareness. I'm trying to make them aware of what they're dealing with out here. You know, it's a lot of venomous females out here. Come on, politically savage. Let's be honest here.
Got it.
If you had a time machine, right? Like if you had, the Chris's and the Johns back in your 20s, right? Like and they were
intentional.
And they were.
Are you saying these names? That's weird.
They were fantastic human beings at that time. Yeah. No, they don't know my name. Okay.
Are you
Get in here. And so listen, so like if you could go back, if you had a time machine to kind of go back and then teach your younger self, and then it wouldn't have been anything. Because what I hear is that you don't think that you were as mature, but it seems to be a women-wide thing. It is a women-wide thing that, you have an exponential amount of time, and then the things that you look for in your younger 20s to become attracted to a Chad or a Tyrone is not necessarily what's going to set you up very well into your 30s and beyond. If the goal is to have a family, if the goal is to XYZ or whatever that, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, if you could go back and teach yourself something, would you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay,
what would that be?
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Tell me more.
Boundaries are super significant because there's so much that we know at an early age, and if we keep our boundaries intact, we would never have given Tyrone or Charles a chance.
Got it.
But because we kind of compromise on our boundaries, we get into things that really, like, are...
I like what she said. That's honest. That's honest and that's constructive. She said boundaries. I'll call it standards. But, I like what she said, boundaries.
Time is lost. Like, we waste a lot of energy, and it's really, really hard to kind of buy back that time, but we get really good lessons that we can apply later on. But I think that if I can go back, I would say, keep these boundaries. They're super significant, and, like, they're going to serve you well in the future.
I feel like I think I have to take a step back from, like, keep your boundaries and just say, have boundaries. Because I think for for me in my 20s, I literally was just flying with the
Straight
wind,
out.
yes,
Right.
No
and
shit.
not taking a step back and saying like, you.
No shit. Go ahead. What you talking about, Queen? We'll end up hating each other. What you talking about? Who's gonna end up hating who? What you talking about?
Figure out what you want and set your boundaries accordingly. I think that's one thing that I would do. I would also teach I feel like I had like a very strong super saver hoe, like syndrome. And like, and let me just say this, because like you grow up in a very
You gotta get you a chair.
yes, you get a chair.
Yeah, go get a chair.
She said she had a strong super saver hoe syndrome. That's hilarious.
Yeah, come through. It's not.
You need to wait until the chair comes, or
No, keep going. Keep going.
This is not your typical. I didn't intro. I didn't do nothing.
just started talking. Alright, get in. It's hot over here. Goodness.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my video off. Alright, so you're back. So I wanted to comment on what you just said. So I feel like a lot of what happens, especially with young women in their early 20s, and is maybe they're just not cognizant of it as it's happening.
Yeah.
But you're going for the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand when you're going for the cream of the crop or like the best in class.
Big facts. And brother Jennings, that's what it's crazy that a lot of women just refuse to understand that. No man wants to covet and protect and provide for a woman who has been passed around. I mean, it's just come on. I mean, that's just common sense.
They have options. So when they have options and they're getting DMs or they're getting hit up, right? Like they will most likely leverage those options, right? But meanwhile, as we talked about before, like in this hypergamous mindset, you got a Charles or a John chilling off in the corner, working on his purpose, working on his why, building himself up to be the best person that he can be, right? Has the most integrity, most this, the most that, right? And then later.
No, politically savage, you're not supposed to want a pass around husband. But if you want to, let's be honest, politically savage, women place value on men who other women want. It's called the 80-20 rule. Women want the 20% high value men. 80% of the women want 20% of the high value men. And this is another aspect of venomous femininity. Women want the men that other women want. So, come on now, let's be honest. Let's be honest, politically savage.
Braun, he's the one that is probably the most attractive to you because now he has status. Now he has that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to comment on that real quick and get your guys' thoughts on it because I feel like it's misdirected. Like if you try to go for like in your younger 20s, what is thought to be the best, right? Like other women think that as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah.
So I think let's go back. We talked about this a lot. So sorry, like viewing audience. So we talked about this before the camera was on, but I think that a couple of things for me. One is like it's a little presumptuous to say that in my 20s I was reaching for the cream of the crop. I don't think I was reaching for anything other than like.
What you talking about? What you talking about, Queen? We like each other. Great vibes. We still got great vibes, babe. What you talking about? I said women like the men who other women like. I mean, you know that's the truth.
Who met my surface level kind of like design? No, I don't even think requirements. I think that's too harsh of a term. I think for me it was like, do you make me like, or do we have fun together, right? And then it was.
All right, I'm gonna switch the video, family. I'm gonna switch the video. This is another video from Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews. I like this brother. He's red pill, and he does some great interviews with a lot of women, and it gives us a great social analysis. So, give me a second while I pull this up. Give me a second while I pull this up. DJ Cutter live. DJ Cutter do a live stream. DJ Cutter do 3-4 live streams every 2 days. DJ Cutter don't be playing. He working. I ain't not. All right, so let's talk about marriage, and I'm gonna break down some aspects of venomous femininity when it comes to the aspect of marriage.
Side greatness.
My man do this slap. I fuck with my man Slap.
What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mia with tutorials and reviews, back in here with just one more video, joined by a very special guest, Tyler. Say what up.
What's up?
Listen.
Oh, family, I just want to add this. I got a 420 camera. I have I have a red camera, and I'm about to start shooting my lives and my broadcasts with my red camera. That's what I want to add that. I think that's what this brother's using, because his camera is like that.
Listen. Tyler and I were sitting here vibing. We were sitting here talking, and wanted to turn the camera on just to have like a clear conversation and bubble it up in order to start some more conversation, some more dialogue. And that's the question around marriage.
Yeah.
What is the benefits of getting married? And we'll go back and forth. Like we'll talk about it because I think we might have different opinions. Yes. What is the benefit in 2019? I'm not talking about 1919. We're talking about 2019. What is the benefits, true benefits of getting married this day?
We don't want anything walking politically savage. Who told you that?
One, case in point, we kind of dipped into this before we even started the camera. Let's say you get sick, okay? Can you, like, you know, you have a job, you got a good job, you can put down this who your spouse is. Legally, this is who you are actually. This person's taking on your last name or even not having. You can be married, don't even have to change your last name.
Yeah.
I am not going to have control. Let's say if I was just your girlfriend, we've been dating for 30-some plus years.
Yeah.
You got sick. Am I going to have control over if the doctor comes and says to me,
pull the cord on that?
This is what we need to do. Can we do this?
So meaning that I am
control. Who do you want to have that? You don't have a will. You don't have.
Family, the question was, what's the benefit of marriage for a man? She's talking about somebody taking care of you or pulling the cord on you or having legal right over you when you die. That's not a benefit. You know, your mother can do that. You can have a family member do that. That's not a benefit. But let's cook.
She's
So
saying,
bring down.
well, why can't I just make a will?
Okay, but let's say you're in the hospital already. You had not thought about that. You had not thought about who my power of attorney may be if I got sick. I mean, this happens. The reason why I'm saying this happens, I personally have dealt with this throughout my family.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Where it's my parents, they are together, they are separated. They are not legally divorced. My dad could have had control over what happened, decisions with my mom. Luckily, she was still able to communicate that, but no, I want my daughters to. And my dad, at the same time, was like, we're going to make this as a family decision because even though we are separated, we are still like family.
Politically savage, did you say you purple pill? with a unicorn horn. That's hilarious. What you know about the purple pill, Queen? What you know about the purple pill? Who told you about the purple pill?
Family, we still coexist and actually spend holidays and do everything together as a family. We are just not intimate with each other anymore in the same house. But that could have went left. That could have went.
It could. So let me give you a quick answer. Number one, yes, you can. You just have to preempt any of those situations occurring.
Mm-hmm.
B, you also have to understand. So when we talk about the benefits of marriage, like yeah, you can name a benefit like that, but that's really in 0.1% of cases that you become incapacitated to the point where you cannot communicate. So as we get into the cost of marriage, I don't think that that's necessarily a benefit that overrides.
It definitely is not.
Costs.
It definitely is not.
Marriage, but we can keep going.
So what do you think about the whole? And I've heard your opinion on this before. You have children.
Change your last name. You could be in a law. So here's the thing. I've watched my parents go through a ridiculous, ugly divorce. So I've seen that all happen. I can't name any of my friends that talk about marriage as if it's the greatest thing since life. Oh, one. I can talk about one. Super religious.
Not in this generation, or not even Gen X. My parents are still married. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful for that. I never witnessed a divorce. I witnessed them hit a huge bumpy road when they were separated, but I never witnessed a divorce. But we're living in a different era, family. 27% marriage rate in the black community? 28% marriage, 27% marriage rate in the black community. That's trouble, family.
Religious dude, though. He talks about it. So religion aside, and maybe we should have prefaced that as well, because I'm thinking of the perspective, because I can't change belief systems. So like religion aside, what's the benefits of marriage, right? He talks about it from a religious perspective, right? I can't really name a lot of dudes that talk about, yeah, like this is the best decision that I ever made. See my parents go through it. Specific to your kids' question, I feel like you can change the last name if you feel more comfortable with having the same last name, and that's fine. And then you can change that last name for the kid that comes out. And then it's fine. You don't necessarily.
Side note, I just want to throw something in there in reference to venomous femininity and things to look for. Now, y'all can take this as an opinion. This means no offense. Fellas, be very, very careful of women with these on. These around their neck, these chokers. Be very, very careful, okay? Fellas, trust me. Be very, very careful with women who openly wear these chokers. All right? That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say yay or nay. I ain't going to say nothing else but that.
You really have to be married to have the same last name.
So do you not feel like, not that the love changes, but do you not, obviously because you're a single male, you're not married, you have never been in a case of a relationship or don't foresee yourself being in a relationship where you're like, this is it. Like, I want to lock this down.
Here's the thing. I think a lot of people get into that long-term commitment without considering how significant of a decision that it is. This is a business decision.
Oh, I agree. My mother tells me all the time, marriage is a business deal. Be careful.
A business.
You actually decide to find
it's just like, you're co-signing with somebody on a house. Right, like this is a business decision.
It's about money.
If the business case doesn't make sense, if you've done the cost-benefit analysis and the numbers are not adding up, if you look at her and you are not ultimately satisfied and happy, and there's always things that you can work on, right? There's always things that you can work on. But if there's evidence of infidelity, evidence of integrity issues, evidence of just being a piece of shit person, and you feel like you can solve that, and you at being 20